So even if you look at social media, it may be a parent who know their kid is putting in work. You feel me? They putting in work with their kid, rebounding for them, paying for training, paying for this. And they look at little Mikey and they like, yo, Mikey got an Oklahoma State offer. I know my son is way better than him. Why he ain't getting that? And it's like, there's so much politics behind it. It looks like this kid has that offer, but it's not true. So then you start to maybe think that his coaches are not doing their job, or maybe his son not doing their job. But a lot more goes into it than just the eye. But at the end of the day, what I keep saying is like, if you working hard, when all else fails, you will be good in the end, because you can't escape that. Man.
How do you save a child from? Because we spoke about this in your practice, but how do you save a child from all these invisible offers, let's call it, or their family from these things that they're going to see all over the place where it might not be the real thing and they're trying to get the real thing? How do you just tell the kid, like, look, this is what it is. This is what you're capable of in terms of offers, and this is what's on the table.
Can't save them. It's crazy I say that. You can't save them. You just have to hope that the parents and the kid trust in you, trust in your body of work, and trust in themselves at the end of the day. You feel me? Because, like, if you know as a kid you putting in work, and you know as a coach that you're gonna do your best to get the kid the way they need to be, you just gotta wait to see where the chips fall. You feel me? Because the game is getting more brutal and more brutal. NILs, it's transfer portal. It's all these things that they don't understand, and they just think, yeah, nah. Like, and I get it. Because if I'm a coach and my livelihood depends on wins and losses at the collegiate level, I probably wouldn't go into a high school gym either. I'd probably be watching college practices, waiting to see, all right, yeah, this kid may fit into our style. Let's see if he goes into the portal. And that's just the reality of it. At high school, we don't depend on wins or losses. It's more of helping the kids get to the next level, teaching them life lessons through sports. That's the biggest thing.
Hey man, it's been a long time since we've been back in the seat. SwayReportingLive One on One Sitdowns. Before we start, I just want to show off what I got in my hands here. Like, hopefully the camera catch it. But like, this is some SBL. It's hoodie season, guys.
That's tough.
And by that note, I think that's how I introduce my guest, because great merch equals great person. Man, KK, please, thank you for being on the platform. How are you today?
It's my pleasure. I'm all right.
Chilling?
Yeah.
First and foremost, man, introduce yourself to the people, first, last name, what they know you by, what you know, just give you a little introduction for me, please.
Sure. I'm not a man of many words for those who know me. KK LeBrew, Steroid K in Brownsville, whatever you want to call me, you feel me?
A man of not too many words. So it's interesting because we could go a lot of different ways. We could go to your fashion, we could go to your basketball background, we could do a lot. Let's just start first with SBL, because of course that's what a lot of people know you about, your fashion, and of course we're in a classroom as well. So first question I have for you is, where are we, and where specifically in this building are we, and why are we here?
We're Eagle Academy. This is my classroom. This year I'm teaching a fashion class, entrepreneurship class for young men. You feel me? A lot of time kids think that they gotta play ball to make money, or they gotta rap to make money, or do other things, and just giving them resources to understand how, I won't say easy it is to run your own company, but if you're gonna put in the work, it's not a lot of steps required to get your own company off the ground.
Fact. So in terms of the company, so you said fashion design class. And now the fashion that you have on your back and on your head to toe, pretty much.
Yeah. SBL,
StruckByLove. To my knowledge, whatever research I did, I first, like, the first post on that page is about 2019. Was that the year you created that, or you and your partners created that? Give a historic background for that.
So at the time, I'm someone that's always thinking of another way to make money. You feel me? Love fashion. We from New York City. You feel me? Like, that's one of the ways we just express ourselves. You feel me? So even before StruckByLove, I was buying Givenchy and Mary, all that type of stuff. But I kind of got like it's tough sometimes. You know, you may get a pair of kicks and it's like, yo, it's not to the color of my liking or it's these pants, but I got boots on. They not going over the boots. So I was just trying to figure out, like, yo, you know what? I'm tired of looking for stuff to buy. Why don't I make stuff for myself exactly how I want it? So that's initially how it started. It actually started off with just a T-shirt. Remember, I think 2019. I think that's when like the Yeezy Wave Runners come out. So remember, it was they was like blue, black, and orange or whatever. So at the time, talking with my wife, I'm like, yo, think of a clothing line. We going through a bunch of names, couldn't figure nothing out. I think like Kanye popped up on it. Something, I might have opened up my phone and something popped up with Kim and Kanye. And I'm like, yo, Struck by Love. My wife was like, yo, you should. I'm like, Struck by Love. That's and hard. Then that was it, bro. Like, and then it just took off. Yeah.
So Struck by Love, right? So we get the Kanye inspiration by just looking on the phone because of his arrangements, his love life, whatever. But the design part of it, of course, the Struck by Love, we have the hearts and everything else. But how did you get your design, your image onto your clothing? Like, how did you get that?
So that the first piece you saw was the T-shirt 2019. The Wave Runners was actually coming out, and it's tough when you first doing a brand, I feel like, because it's like, yo, you don't want to do too much, but then you don't want to do too little. So I took the aspect of, yo, Kanye had the foot game and the frenzy, you feel me? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to drop the orange tee, Kim and Kanye kissing, I'm going to just block out the eyes, put Struck by Love, you feel me? So that was the first shirt, sold out.
Immediately.
I'm like, yo, babe, what you think about this? I did Aaliyah and Dame Dash, you feel me? That was from like one of the golden eras of hip hop, you feel me? Sold out, boom. So I'm like, all right, babe, what you think about this? I did Travis Scott with Kylie Jenner, because that's around the time Travis Scott 4 dropped out, boom. And then Struck by Love, that's initially how I started with tees, and then progressed on to other things.
I could see that hip hop culture has affected your brand and yourself a lot throughout this creation. So what could you say about the hip hop's influence on people of color or just the fashion industry, however you want to do it? Because it seems like a lot of different parts of hip hop for you influence your clothes.
Yeah, hip hop is a big influence. It's crazy you say that because I just was actually showing the kids a segment on that. I think everything starts from the streets, urban communities and all that, because we're some of the most articulated people. We have some of the best ideas. It's just that we don't have the resources as other people to put those ideas and them things on a platform. So what happens, I feel like some of the bigger brands or whatever the case may be, they most stumble across like some of the stuff coming from urban communities and all that. And then they put it out, and then it's like, oh snap, Fendi just dropped, but it really stemmed from somebody that was on the corner who they got someone working in the office who got to help with the designs, and they saw it and they brought it back there. So even if you want to reference to now where like everyone's going crazy with the oversized and this and that started from the 90s hip hop and all that, you feel me? Aaliyah, baggy clothes, you want to go Onyx, all of them, you feel me? That started from hip hop and the urban communities.
So when it comes to, I want to shift it now because you reference your kids, we're in your classroom. So you kind of have two different sets of kids that you deal with on a consistent basis. You have your classroom kids, and then you have your kids as in your hoopers, the guys that are on Eagle Academy.
Yeah.
So what do you tell those two kids, those two section of kids on a daily, whether it's hip hop related, whether it's life related, whether it's just the things that you've experienced through your life? What do you tell these different demographic of kids on a consistent basis?
Yeah, one of the things I try to tell them is be grateful for every opportunity. You feel me? Like some of them be mad that they got to sit in school. I'm like, yo, here we tend to take the littlest things for granted. You feel me? Just because we don't know. You feel me? It's some kids that wish they could get up and go to school. In their country, they can't afford to go to school. You feel me? They can't afford to do anything. So I try to tell them to be grateful for every opportunity, and don't take no for an answer. You feel me? Even if you got to ask a million times, all you need is that one time to get the yes. You feel me? That could catapult you to whatever it is you maybe want to go do.
All right, so let's switch gears. Let's go into the coaching. I was able to have the esteemed honor to be in Eagle practice. And I only say that because let's rewind a little bit. 2023, earlier this year, I believe that was March or February, Eagle wins the PSAL championship, right? And I was trying to get in, just to show you guys off, because I was also on the Jeff side as well. And you guys were real superstitious about cameras and everything. Just speak about the culture of Eagle Academy basketball program, in where that they make sure they get their job done. And it's not the first time you guys been in a PSAL chip. You guys had lost the year before, if I'm correct. Yeah. So speak about that basketball culture for me.
Culture is the biggest thing that you could apply. That's in anything, whether you start a business, whether it's your classroom culture, and the team, you feel me? So our culture is just down to business and hard work, you feel me? So where a lot of times this day and age, it's hard to get kids to focus on that, because with social media, it doesn't really show you how much work is being put in with people. So it could get them the false, like, they could think people taking shortcuts when it comes to stuff, because you can't see every step that's being done, because you could put it into a 60-minute highlight film, you feel me? And it's like, oh yeah, he's did that. Yeah, the 60-second highlight film. It's like, oh yeah, but you're not watching the hours and hours and hours of preparation, hours and hours and hours of film, hours and hours and hours of hard work he putting in. So coach is the biggest thing. And it was like, yo, we're not being distracted by no cameras, not at this time. Because even if they come into work, it's tough. You feel me? These kids 15, 16, 17, like, we need to be 100% locked in, bro. 100% locked in.
Speaking about that locked in factor, the practice that I was at last week, you said a quote, and I wrote this down. I had to make sure to tell you this, and of course the viewers. You said, I forgot what happened, probably a misplay between the guys, but you said very loudly, and I quote, the team this year is not the team that won the chip last year, end quote. And I feel like that was a very powerful one, but at the same time, with a lot of information in it, because you guys gave up like about 4 or 5 seniors from your starting 5. And now you have a new rotation, you guys coming in, transfers. Talk about what that target on your back feels like as a coach, knowing that, okay, my heavy hitters that were here last year graduated and went on to college. How do I keep that same energy and keep these guys hella focused? Because everybody's still going to be coming for Eagle Brooklyn, no matter who it is.
I mean, a target is going to be there once you start to get the success that we're starting to get. But whether we brought those guys back that won the championship or not, it would have still been the same thing. We start from the ground up. Like, even if all those guys came back, we want to treat them no different than the new guys that are here. So it's like, forget the championship. It happened. That's something to be proud of. But now what's next? You feel me? So kind of got to live in a what's next moment and not get caught up in things that you did. That's a big accomplishment. But it's a new season. So no one's going to care about what we did last year. You feel me? So just getting the guys to understand that, like, yo, we got to get to work. And you guys are inheriting a lot of animosity from the group last year and the fashion that we were winning games. Last year's team, they worked hard. This year's team may be more talented than last year's team, top to bottom. But last year's team, they understood, like, yo, it's kill or be killed.
So in terms of the coaching side, I want to ask first, why did you start coaching basketball? Is it for the love of the game, or was this your way to give kids something different than what you had?
I ain't even think I was going to be a coach, honestly. It's crazy because my college coach, shout out Randy Hunger, crazy old white guy, you feel me? Just the way I used to approach things when on the court, and he used to always talk, like, you gonna be a coach? I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be no coach, man. Like, I don't even like people like that or whatever. It's like, yo, you gonna be a coach? I'm like, nah, coaching not for me or whatever. But at the time when you're 19, 20 years old, 21, you don't really understand what people mean by things, but it's just me, like, being a perfectionist with things and getting guys in their right spots, not taking, like, shortcuts from myself or teammates or anything like that. That's kind of what led to it. I played for, like, New York Lightning growing up. So I went down to visit Shandu McNeil. He's one of the directors of the program, him and Dana Dingle. Shane's like, yo, you from the first graduating class, you need to start coming down, man. Start working out the kids, start training the kids. I'm like, all right, I could do that. The next thing you know, he's like, yo, you need to bring some kids down. I'm like, all right, I could do that. He's like, yo, we starting middle school up again. You need to do the 6th grade team. I'm like, He's like, yo, I need you to coach one weekend. We got the 6th grade team and
They trapped you?
something like that. Shane, no. But then I was tight like that. It was just a bunch of kids we threw together. And our first joint was like a May Hoops preseason. And if anybody know about May Hoops is brutal. You feel me? That's the closest thing. That's basically like junior EYBL. You feel me? I went out there, we was getting beat on. I'm like, oh, nah, this is not happening. So I'm just like spoke about being a perfectionist. I'm like, nah, I need to lock in more. Well, this is what I got right now. I'm going to add this and this to it. I got to hit the streets, look for this kid, look for that, reach out to people. And I'm going to lock in with these guys. This kid, I'm going to help him get better. This kid, I'm going to help him work on that. And then as I started realizing the overall situation and take a step back and look at the overall aspect of things, I'm like, yo, I was these 6th graders at one point. You feel me? So like I could help them get past a point that I didn't get to, you feel me? So that's basically how it came.
So one thing that I've noticed about your coaching is you lace up the kicks.
Yeah.
You lace up the kicks, you put on your shorts, you put on this, and you go at it with these 16-year-olds, 15, 17, whatever you want. And I know you're way older than these kids. But sometimes on the court, it don't look that way.
Yeah.
Why play against your students, your kids? And you also told me you're one of the few schools that do these things. Like, as in, I believe the quote was, you said, it's better for me to play them now, guys with other coaches like Flog, Gino, guys that have gone pro or played at high level college ball. It's better that they get them here so that when the lights are the brightest, they've already faced the best competition they can face.
Yeah.
But expound on that for me, please.
So just me, I'm a competitor, bro. I don't care. Sure, we could be flipping cards in the house, me and my wife and my daughter. I want to win, bro. That's just the way I was raised. Got 6 brothers, you feel me? So, and then coming from Brownsville, you feel me? You don't want to be, no one cares about second. No one cares about third, you feel me? So it's like, if you're going to do something, why not be the best at it? So we take that approach with on the court. I can't tell you not to do something if I'm not doing it. I can't tell you to make a play if when I'm in that position, I'm not making that same play. So it's like you guys get to see the stuff I'm telling you in real time because I'm lacing up and you telling you, yo, why you didn't go shoulder to shoulder off that screen with him? So now when I got the ball, I'm going shoulder to shoulder with the big. So, yo, advance the ball early. Don't dribble it all the way up, then to get the assist. That's selfish. The play's done after that. I'm advancing it early, sprinting the floor the same way as if I was still 16 or 17 to show them the stuff that we tell y'all works.
How do you battle different kids' reactions? Because everybody's different. Some might not like the tough love or the yelling or whatever. How do you navigate those different personalities, whether it's your best player or the 6th, 7th guy on the bench?
It doesn't matter, honestly, in my opinion. Best player, so 6th or 7th player, last guy on the bench, they know I'm going to be the same way with everybody because you can't hold someone accountable and not hold the next person accountable because then everyone will be looking like, where's the culture? You feel me? That's something you spoke about early on. So you're only as good as the next person on the side of you, and it's always going to start from hard work. It's always going to start from
hard work. Let's move over to New York Lightning. You mentioned that briefly before. New York Lightning had a great summer in terms of the national stage, URBL, Peach Jam, all that stuff. What can you say on a broader scale of the AAU culture, whether it's at EYBL level or where it's lower than that? How do you feel is the culture, whether it's the kid side, coaching side? What's your first 2 cents on the AAU culture?
Hey, I can't put it into a small. It's different than when I was coming up because there was no internet when we were coming up.
Okay.
You feel me? So now, a kid could pass the eye test. What I mean by the eye test is like, it could be a 6'6", 6'7" kid, and through watching film, he looks like he should be in the NBA right now. He could run and jump, shoot, this and that. But then you match him up with a 6'2" kid who's just a dog, and now all them running and jumping and all that is out the window. You feel me? So when it comes to Lightning, I don't think we have, like, because we're one of the mom and pop programs still. Like, we don't have a big backing behind us. Like if you look at like a Bradley Beal Elite or Team Why Not, that's Russell Westbrook team, or Kevin Durant's team. You feel me? So pretty much all the culture and everything I talked to you about, we actually call ourselves the hard hat program. We go to outwork people. So it may not be about the most talented kid all the time, because the most talented kid, if he not coming to work, you're gonna get destroyed by the kid that's putting in the pain. You feel me? The kid that's a dog, the kid with the heart. And yeah.
So what, in terms of the AAU culture, let's keep it moving, or the coaching side. You deal with parents as well.
Yeah.
On the school side and on the AAU side. What is the impact parents have, good or bad, on their child trying to achieve their dream?
It's tough, because parents, it's just as bad for them as it is for the kids. So you feel me? So sometimes they can navigate the kids into a bad situation where they technically don't understand either. So even if you look at social media, it may be a parent who know their kid is putting in work. You feel me? They putting in work with their kid, rebounding for them, paying for training, paying for this. And they look at little Mikey and they like, yo, Mikey got an Oklahoma State offer. I know my son is way better than him. Why he ain't getting that? And it's like, there's so much politics behind it. It looks like this kid has that offer, but it's not true. So then you start to maybe think that his coaches are not doing their job, or maybe his son not doing their job. But a lot more goes into it than just the eye. But at the end of the day, what I keep saying is, like, if you work it hard, when all else fails, you will be good in the end, because you can't escape that, man.
How do you save a child from, because you spoke about this in your practice, but how do you save a child from all these invisible offers, let's call it, or their family from these things that they're going to see all over the place where it might not be the real thing and they're trying to get the real thing? How do you just tell the kid, like, look, this is what it is. This is what you're capable of in terms of offers, and this is what's on the table?
Can't save them. It's crazy I say that. You can't save them. You just have to hope that the parents and the kid trust in you, trust in your body of work, and trust in themselves at the end of the day. You feel me? Because, like, if you know as a kid you putting in work, and you know as a coach that you're gonna do your best to get the kid the way they need to be, you just gotta wait to see where the chips fall. You feel me? Because the game is getting more brutal and more brutal. It's NILs, it's transfer portal. It's all these things that they don't understand, and they just think, yeah, nah. Like, and I get it. Because if I'm a coach and my livelihood depends on wins and losses at the collegiate level, I probably wouldn't go into a high school gym either. I'd probably be watching college practices, waiting to see, all right, yeah, this kid may fit into our style. Let's see if he goes into the portal. And that's just the reality of it. At high school, we don't depend on wins or losses. It's more of helping the kids get to the next level, teaching them life lessons through sports. That's the biggest thing.
So you touched on a lot there. In terms of the portal, there's been a lot of portal, whether with your school, with kids leaving, with your school, with kids coming in, and all the other major schools. It seems like the kids are starting to take from the college guys and the college system. Now we have NIL in high school. Now we have the portal more often. Like, guys are transferring back and forth. Do you think that's good for, let's narrow it down to New York City culture? Because New York City can breed a bunch of different guys on the sports level, the creative level, the fashion level. How do you think, specifically for basketball, that these two things, NIL and the transfer portal, has affected what you got going on here and in New York City, period?
I mean, it's tough. All this is tough, because a lot of this is home-based. You feel me? So if a kid was raised to believe in themselves, if they're raised to believe, like a parent, you trust me with your kid, right? I'm going to treat your kid as I treat my own kid or whatever. So I wouldn't do something with your kid that I wouldn't do for my own. I wouldn't, if it's certain opportunities I would try to achieve for my daughter, I would try to achieve for your son, because I don't look at these kids as just basketball players. You feel me? I look at them as family members, whether they call me unc, little bro, whatever it is. You feel me? The authoritative figure in their life, I want to put them in the best possible situation as possible. it's tough. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it. Like whether it's good or bad, whether I'm on a beneficial side of it or I'm losing kids side of it, because that's just the way it goes, you feel me? And that's just something you got to deal with, because the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. You feel me? The same way you lose them is the same way you get them. It's just, but when your intentions are pure, none of that bothers you feel me? Because kids leave me, kids come back, and I still have the same relationship with them. That's why at the end of the day, all the kids love me, because it's not about what they could do for me.
So what's your overall goal in coaching? Because you've been in the coaching realm for a few years now. What's your goal? Is there a higher goal than where you're at Eagle, or is this you want to go to the college level or something like? What's your overall goal in terms of coaching?
It's crazy because I've been offered some college jobs.
Okay.
But I'm not. Right now, I'm at a point where I like having time still to spend with my family. You feel me? To spend with the kids and to spend doing what I want to do. You feel me? Because you got to realize I'm going from coaching high school into coaching AAU, teaching, running a business. So at least high school and coaching, Kev Hamilton, that's like my brother. You feel me? He understands, like, yo, Kev, today I can't do it. I got to spend time with my wife and my daughter. AAU, Dana, Shan, I can't do it. I got to spend time with the kids. Mom's going out, my brother. Once you get to college, none of that matters. They don't care. You feel me? Like, if you got to go take a look at this kid, you got to go take a look at this kid. Man, right now, it ain't about the money for me. It's like, if you in the college, you only can help the kids in college. Right now, I can help every single kid. Not every single kid, but those that I can reach out to. You feel me? So if I'm in college, my roster's probably 17 or 18. The only way I can help those guys is getting better, and then whichever ones go to pro. But right now, if I'm dealing with 300 kids, I can help you get into prep school. I can help you get into college. I can help you get an NIL. I can help you start a clothing line, a bunch of different things. I feel like I'm more accessible to kids right now. But I don't know. That's a question my wife asks me all the time. Like, I get the question, like, baby, you don't want to do? I'm like, not right now.
So let's get a little personal. I like to get personal on my podcast with guys' family life. You spoke about them numerous times already, your wife and your daughter, right? I guess we could start off with this question. How do you, it sounds like you already take your personal days, no matter what you got going on.
Yeah.
But how do you, just talk about your family life and how they've affected your clothing, your coaching, and even when you're playing basketball?
So the first question you said was how do they help you navigate? Like, what's your family life like when you got all these things going on? Yo, when you got all this going on, you got to have an understanding family, bro. Because if you think about it, I'm outside the house more than inside the house. You feel me? So the few hours I do have at home, it got to be like, we got to be locked in or whatever. Babe, how was your day? Pooh, how was your day? Because you spend so much time outside, like, you definitely got to have an understanding daughter. My daughter didn't understand it at first, but then she gets it. Like, when she was younger, I would bring her to the AAU trip. So it's crazy because, like, now all the guys, they're like, she calls them her uncle or her big brother and this and that. But she was around some of these guys, like, when she was a baby, they were babies. So if you think about, like, let's for instance, like Jakai now, Jakai's 17, 18. She was around Jakai and them when she was like 12, or like guys like Diavion, who's off in college right now, and he spent a night at the house, and or you could go to Eric, and she's like, yeah, that's my cousin, he's a TikTok star, and just them being understanding that, like, y'all have me at home. Some of these kids don't have the same opportunities as you, baby. So my daughter gets that. My wife, she gets it to a point too, but sometimes she's like, bro, bring it up. We need to have date night. You feel me? We need to do, so it's a tough balance. But I try to do the best I can.
Would you say without them, you couldn't do the rest of what you're doing?
Yeah, because they definitely motivation. You feel me? Like, I'm already a motivated person, but them, they just motivate me to take things to another level. And my daughter, she don't, like, I'll make stuff, like, even like the sweaters y'all got, that's not nothing a 12-year-old girl could wear. So sometimes some stuff I'll be opening it and she'll see the designs and she's like, you didn't make nothing for me. And I'm like, And I'm like, man, I got
Now
you.
you got to
boo.
answer to her.
Yeah, got to answer to her. That she the boss. Yo, her and my wife the boss, man.
Have they ever influenced what you put on your fashion, like any fashion designs or any new things that you want to put
My
on?
daughter do throw a lot of ideas. So even like right now, with the especially even like colors, because I know my wife likes purple. You feel me? So like I got some purple varsities coming out soon. They gonna be dope. But they influence a lot, because even a lot of time when I'm drawing stuff or I'm working, they're right there. They're looking over, and my daughter may say, "Hey," or she may reference something, and I try to incorporate it with things she like that right there. The Dennis Rodman joint you got on. My wife like that. My daughter like that. But
This is hard.
just try to incorporate different designs with, because it's cool. You feel me? Like I try to express to my daughter like yo, if you have your own, you don't need nothing else. So like, I can't preach something. I'm big on you can't preach something to someone if you're not doing it. So like, since she could remember, she haven't seen me buy anything else except for sneakers outside of StruckByLove. Maybe if she wants something, I'll get it for her. But I'm not doing that. Every day I put on Louis Vuitton or a Mary is a day that I lose to get an opportunity or market myself. Because the one day I may have on a Mary or whoever, I may meet a powerful person. I'd be like, yo, them Marys is fire. I run into them with SBL on, they would have said, yo, I guarantee they would have said it was fire.
If there's somebody, I just want to follow up on that thought. Is there ever somebody or a designer or somebody you wish you can wear your clothes or present your portfolio to them? Who would it be?
I honestly don't have no one in particular. Because what's for you is for you. You feel me? It's just a matter of time. So that's why the best thing I could do right now is stay consistent.
Now, one person. You rather model yourself, your clothing, than somebody else do it for you.
So I think business, right? So business-wise, influential, we talking about influential people, why not have one of the Kardashians in it? Kendall, Kim, whoever.
Don't matter.
Yeah, my wife, she's watching the Kardashians, and you just see how powerful they are with whatever. It doesn't matter. The moms, like the world are stuck on those people. You feel me? Kanye, but
Maybe have Drake rap about it, because every
Drake-
time Drake raps about it, it was like a dinner
yeah,
spot or
but
whatever.
wearing it, because the thing with why I say the Kardashians, because they tap into men and women.
True.
You feel me? They tap into men and women. Some females might not pay Drake any mind. And plus, we don't consider Drake with having good swag. He's influential.
I
But we
agree.
like, yo, Drake is a cornball.
I agree.
Drizzy, if you see this, it is what it is, bro. But
It is what it is.
you feel me? But more so me, I'm in tune with like some of the underground guys. Like when you get off this, check out like Bloody Dior, Bloody Osiris, some of those guys. They got like you know about them guys?
Yeah, I know
they
about
got
those. He,
swag.
my man's leak in the back know about
Yeah,
those Cyrus.
like you feel me? So right now what I'm making, because at the end of the day when you're making a brand, you got to make money. Like you can't just put out money. So starting off, I'm like, I got to tap in to make money. As I'm growing, I'm like, all right, now I can start to venture off and do different things or whatever. Like avant-garde, that's a style. Like when you see the guys wearing the crazy stuff, I'm going to start getting into that. Like I got stuff in the closet that I ain't wear yet, like crazy stuff. Like remember Puffy and Mace wearing the shiny suits back in the days?
Yeah.
I got stuff like that in there, bro.
I mean, you got some silk button downs. You got
crazy
the
stuff.
shorts.
That's calm though. I'm talking about.
You talking about
I'm
real
talking about
suited
crazy,
and
like ski mask bubbles and all that, bro. Like, yeah.
All right, so let's keep the conversation going, right? So we've talked basketball, we've talked SBL, we've talked your family background. Let's talk about your upbringing. What are the things that you remember from mom and dad? Try to paint the picture of your upbringing, things that still ring off to you in your head.
I'm West Indian, bro.
Same.
Panamanian, bro. So you know with them, they just believe it. Hard work, hard work, hard work. So, strict. It's crazy now because now we're much softer on this generation than we had it coming up. You feel me? So even like sometime you may find yourself cleaning up after your kids or doing certain things that would never happen when we was coming. If it's 2 a.m, there's one dish in the sink.
Yeah.
Grandmom's waking up the whole crib. Who dish in the sink? All right, get the mop, get the bucket. From a dish? Yeah, clean the whole crib. Clean the walls. So just having like a sense of discipline instilled in me from my grandmoms, I would say, moms and dad too. My pops taught me how to hustle early on. Like, talking about like being able to provide for yourself. And I remember when we was younger, he would give us money to go buy water guns from Chinatown. You feel me? He's like, yo, go make money. I'm like, what was it? Go buy the water guns, make money. And early on, I didn't talk a lot. Okay, everybody knew me, but I wasn't into, yo, my brother Mox, he was though. I knew a lot of people, you feel me? Mox didn't go outside, but bring him around, we talking, we turn $100 into $300, $300 into $600. But then I was like, yo, you can't spend that. Take the $100 again and go get more water guns. And that kind of taught me early on. My mom's taught me to take care of everybody. I'm the oldest of 6 boys, you feel me? So kind of like, I got to be the general of the crib. Like, when she not there, I got to make sure everybody fall in line, make sure everybody doing what they doing. And I got to be the one that set the example for everybody, feel me? So
who, not to cut you, but like who, that's the discipline, that's the mindset, we see that. So who put the basketball in your hands?
It's crazy, my uncle put the basketball in my hands.
Okay, tell that story.
I actually played football growing up. I didn't even play basketball.
I feel like that's almost everybody in New York City.
Yeah,
almost.
I play.
Like, we
you
like
see,
football,
I'm fast.
but
it's just different because we can't play football all year round. And then it's 90 degrees in the summer. You know how it is back in the. Yo, let's play football. They looking like, yo, you bugging. Like my uncle Kush, like I would go with him. He playing Brooklyn, USA. I would go with him all around or whatever. I think like what happened one day, I go home like Brooklyn, USA, and I think they didn't have 5 people or something. And I played the game. And I was already fast, strong, could jump. I wouldn't say I wasn't that good, but I was athletic, you feel me? I was a dog, so me being able to run, defend, certain things I was good enough, but then basketball was fun. So then now, Zig and them asked me to come back. So then I'm like, all right, cool. So then it took off from there. 'Cause my uncle was a problem. He was like, he looked like almost a Zion before Zion. Didn't dunk like that, but I'm talking about like his size, but with a crazy handle or whatever.
So what do you think is the difference between today's basketball landscape and your time when you were coming up in terms of course, there's the social media aspect, but I'm talking about on the court, whether it's street ball or in the gym. What are the differences you see from back then till right now?
Toughness.
Why toughness, though? Are you saying the players are soft or they don't play as tough as they're supposed to?
I wouldn't even, I don't know, certain words I wouldn't use because I wouldn't know, you feel me? So, but I just feel like getting after it. If you looked at, even if you think about, if you go to early 2000s, we could just talk about Brooklyn alone. You could go from one tournament and cross the street and it's another tournament going on. And it's another tournament on. We're not talking about the Gershers and the Zone 6. I'm talking about every single park with some type of tournament going on.
Every hood got their own stuff going on.
Now you won't catch the kids in the park unless there's a tournament going on. You feel me? With us, sun come up, knocking on the doors because we ain't have the phones to go on. We gonna ring the crew up, whether the ball got the titties on it, whether the ball got the fur on it. Remember that? It didn't matter to us. We playing 21, we playing King of the Court, and I think that's where some of the kids, they're like trained out instead of having a sense of creativity. So like me, when I do training, it's basic. And they like, yo, but you don't do like that. But yeah, the fundamentals is everything. I can't teach you to do all the stuff I could do because that's instinctual. You feel me? So I can't teach you the Kyrie layup and all that. I can give you the fundamentals. I could tell you possible situations that you could be in. But your freedom of mind, you have to think like, all right, boom, boom, boom. And I think we have more creativity because if we playing King of the Court, it's 18 people on the court.
Yo, I'm not even a hooper, K,
you
and I'm
me?
telling you, that's what we was doing.
18 people on the court. So you got to think about it. If it's 18 people on the court, you're not about to just get past someone with it. You got to think of different ways to get in your bag. So I think stuff like that. And then you got to think about it. We was nasty floors, all these nice glass backboards all them had. We didn't have all that.
Double rims everywhere.
Like gravel. We fall all in the middle of here bleeding.
I got a scar from like 10 years old from that. Word.
And then we right back at it. So I think that's the difference.
But a part of me feels like when it comes to that type of topic, it's more so it feels like we're no longer going outside trying to do something. We're all now like this. You know what I'm saying? Kids now are like this. Granted, there's a feature on the iPhone that says how many hours you spend on your phone for the week, right? And those hours be high. Is there a thing about, do we have to get back to getting our kids, whether it's little cousins, kids of our own, little brothers, whatever, just go outside. But outside can be dangerous at the same time. So from the aspect of a father and the aspect of somebody that's been through that, what are the things you're telling your daughter about these types of things, even though she might not be all active playing basketball? What do you tell her?
It's tough.
In these situations.
It's tough because now you can't really tell a kid no why they're not doing, because the ways that we would never think of honing skills, they hone skills like that. So you could probably tell your kids, stop playing the game. And then this kid's making millions of dollars playing the game, bro. This kid's doing Amazon reviews, getting $1,000 gift cards and stuff. So it's tough to navigate how much time they spend on these social media devices or whatever it is. The best you could try to do is check out what they're doing, maybe monitor it, split up the time. Like, yo, for every 2 hours you're doing this, give me an hour of this. Or for every hour of this, give me 30 minutes of this. Because times is completely different. Or whatever. Like, I remember when I was younger, we used to have like little family meetings about stuff. Like, if they was like,
yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I know you have a West Indian background, but like you're screaming my family right now.
Yeah, bro. It's like we have family meetings. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, if you had the opportunity to. And I remember my brother, all he did was play the game, and they used to be like, he's like, yo, I would start tournaments, Call of Duty tournaments. This is when it was the Xbox, I think like the black Xbox or something. He's like, I would do Call of Duty tournaments or like Street Fighter tournaments, and I would have everybody come together and we would do a pot for that. And I would do, and they like, my West Indian, bro, my uncles and grandma, they looking at him like, playing the game, whatless. You feel me? Whatless. And they don't understand. I remember even me, like,
go outside and do something.
My grandmoms used to be sick. Why are you buying all them sneakers? What? You don't need all them. I remember, bro. One time somebody was coming to buy a pair of foam posits from the crib. Feel me? I think like it was like the Galaxy foams. Remember the Galaxy foams?
Yep.
It was crazy. Nobody could get their hands on.
That's a fact. Yo, I never even tried buying them.
Look, I had a pair of them. I'm like, yo, grandma, someone's gonna come to the house. They're gonna get this. I left the sneaker box with the bag right there in the hall. I said, give them the bag with the sneakers. She's like, what is all this for? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, I think it was like $1,200 or $1,400, something crazy like that. She's like, it was just the sneakers in the bag? I'm like, yeah, just the sneakers. But then at that point, she was like, stop questioning about certain things. So like, and this was way before it was like, I think that was probably one of the first sneakers that I hyped, but now, just if you look back at from when that to now, it's like a lot of ways that we thought would never be able to make money, they're doing it in their sleep now. So it's tough.
Okay. So this is the part of the interview where I kind of start throwing off some names, topics, and try to compile your thoughts into about a couple sentences, right? We spoke about hard work. We spoke about leadership. We spoke about taking what you're given but not being too cocky about it. One person that I guess defines that just graduated, or Eric Acker. I remember you said in the practice he could do the 17s in under, what was the time, under a minute or something like that?
Yeah, he would finish the 17s and be chilling.
So speak about his work ethic, or just the man who Eric is.
Eric worked. When Eric came here, it was crazy. It was like a nightmare for him. Because at the time, he was coming from JV. He benefited from COVID that year. So he just got to work. But from where he wanted to go, he had a long way to get there, son. He was all skin and bones. So I'm like, yo, well, a lot of people may think that's a disadvantage for you. That could be an advantage for you. You just learn to play. What are people going to try to do? They're going to try to bump me. So prepare for a bunch of different ways to score when they're going to attack you that way or whatever. But that kid lived in the gym. Coach, let's get extra shots up. Yo, KK, let's do. Bill, whether I'm driving to the gym, we going to this extra gym. He put in the work.
Trey Shep. Just because I definitely heard like with the whole foot problem, and I was crazy because of course I was there and I seen it. I never saw when the foot injury happened, but
remember
I saw
that play when he pump fake, and he got the N1 on and fell down on his foot, and he was smacking the floor like.
Okay,
People thought he was smacking the floor because it
of
was
the
like an
N1, but that was because he
broke his foot.
So talk about what you saw from that man at that moment.
Yo, people make fun of Shaq, or make fun of me, whatever you want to call it. They call him my son, adopted son, or whatever it is. Because Trey had moved out to Jersey, and he actually moved. Like he's like, Coach, I'm moving to Jersey. I'm like, tss. He's like, I'm moving to Bayonne. So then I'm like, because that's where I live at. So I'll pick him up every day, drop him off every day, because he was right down the block for me. But the same like Eric, he understood what he needed to work on, and it doesn't matter how you talk to them, what you talk to them about. It was just coach or no coach, and they were going to change the actions. There was no talk back, whether they agree with you or disagree with you. If you told them that they need to do this, they were going to do it, and that was just it.
Someone that epitomizes the grind, Eddie Maniac. When I interviewed him, I got a little bit of backlash for some of the questions I asked him. Some of it was race related, but I'll take that on the chin, all the criticism. But what I do want to ask is, what did you see from Eddie as he's coming from Long Island every day, heart of Brooklyn, grinding, trying to make a way on the team, and then ends up making one of the biggest shots in program history?
You want to know something crazy?
Talk to me.
I actually cut Eddie from my team in Lightning before. So boom, like imagine an open tryout. Like this is New York Lightning we talking about.
Yeah.
We didn't do it at Island Garden. We did it up at OSL. You ever been up to OSL?
Yeah, I was at OSL about 2 weeks ago.
Tiny gym. Tiny gym.
Very.
So imagine 200 kids trying to fit into that gym. You don't have a lot of time to see anything. Eddie was in the tryouts. Didn't know Eddie was in the tryouts. You feel me? Cut him. So now I go to Island Garden. I go to check out Shandu, watching this kid work out. Probably watch him for about 3 minutes. He doesn't miss a shot. Forget missing the shot. Shot doesn't touch the rim. I'm like, you feel me? I'm like, yo, Shane, why you didn't have this kid come down? Shane looks at me. He's like, I did.
He was there.
He's like, you cut him. I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm like, he didn't come. He's like, yeah, you sent him. Remember I told you the dad? I said, this is the kid? I'm like, Shane, he didn't come and say, This was about like 7th grade. You feel me? So I've seen Eddie, little Eddie, when he had the big feet, couldn't walk, do nothing, just shoot. But he always been a shooter. Like, we'll go through drills, and it's probably 50, 60 shots. And if it's not a defender out there, you can expect them to make 50, 60 shots, maybe miss one. That's probably because you threw a bad pass or something. But he's a perfection. That's another kid. Like, when he got here, like, PSAL, Brooklyn AA is tough. It's a gauntlet. You feel me? So for him to come from where he's coming from, the style of play out there, middle school, his freshman year was COVID, but he still had to deal with like Zaire Williams in practice, Eric, Trey. At the time we had Khalik Sharp. I'm not sure if you know who Khalik is.
I know the last name.
Khalik, you feel me? So Eddie is like, man, I'm getting killed. He never got discouraged. Like we coached the guys hard. You feel me? It was like, yo, you gotta you gotta get here at 6 in the morning to get up shot. Eddie, you gotta run a beat. His pops would send me videos. Eddie on the beach with Shane, 6 in the morning, running. Eddie on the beach with Shane, parachute on, getting quicker. So those are some of the throwback players, or those are some of the guys I would like to say that become successful, where they don't need cameras following them to do what need to be done for them to get to the next level.
So from guys that weren't highly scouted, highly talked about, to somebody that's not from New York City, I believe he's from the Los Angeles area, Mikey Williams. I know you've probably heard about that story. Basically one step away from NBA, pretty much. And whether it's being caught with the wrong crowd, he's basically facing felony charges that can get him up to about 28 years in prison. He's not even 20 yet. I don't even think he's 18. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
yeah, he's probably like 19 now.
So when you hear that story, what does that do to you? And how has your kids received that news who are into that stuff? By stuff, I mean getting to high-level basketball and knowing these types of generational talents.
It's tough. I mean, like, if we want to call a spade, I mean, a lot of kids that we see on a day-to-day basis, they don't have the Mikey Williams money. But this is stuff that our kids are going through all the time in our communities. You feel me? So for me, the goal is always the same, to try to navigate them to hang with the right crowd. The best thing I could tell people to do is hang with people that have the same beliefs as you. So if you're a basketball player, hang with other basketball players. If you're a football player, hang with other football players. You feel me? If you're a basketball player, you ain't gonna go hang with a bunch of Bloods and the Crips. You're gonna be bound to get yourself in trouble. But with Mikey Williams' situation, it's tough. I remember coaching against him since 7th grade. He'd been touted as one of those guys playing with, he started off with I think it was with LeBron James and he was with LeBron James' son. But then I don't know how it's like, because then now he's in a situation where like, yo, you're the one providing for your household. So what can your mom really tell you about coming in the crib? Like, if you making $2-3 million, your mom like, yo, be in the house by 11. I'm like, why are you telling me be in the house by? This is my house. I'm paying for the crib. So it's tough. I think it's the people around him. You feel me? Like, as adults, we got to do the best that we can to always keep the kids on the right path and don't become fans of them. Because when you become fans of these kids, that's when you give them the wrong perception. Like, like yo, and kids could see that.
That the world revolves
And
around
kids
them
can
or
see
not.
that, and kids can feed off that. So that's why for me it doesn't. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you could do. I treat all the kids the same, bro. I'm going, whether I curse you out in practice or whatever, I'm going to call you to check on you.
Okay. We're going to go a little bit left here. This is not basketball related enough. It's more pop culture. I asked Ross Slimer Ching this the other day for their podcast. I asked him thoughts on Jada Pinkett Smith. I only asked that because why? Men of color, we watched Will Smith, whether we're young, old, whatever, his rise from Fresh Prince before that till now. What are your thoughts as a man that has a wife and kid? What are your thoughts when certain things get out like that, which should probably stay in house?
It's tough because I ain't really following it too much.
Okay.
But
she's just starting to say things about whether it's Tupac or whether their relationships.
I'm seeing it, but for me, I kind of mind my business with stuff. But it's like, I don't know. Cause like, yo, that happens. That's tough. No one know. You feel me? They was together for 20-something years. But it's just certain things you don't speak on. Certain things you don't go to the media with. Not if you love that person, whether y'all together or not. It's a level of respect that should always be there for people. And then that's what draws the line, you feel me? Because you could respect someone if you don't love them, regardless. You feel me? You could be loyal to someone whether you love them or not. You feel me? So forget being in a relationship with him. Like, I take it as she don't respect him. She's not loyal to him as a person. And that's my take on it.
All right. So now this is the part of the podcast where I start to ask you a couple more things. We're winding down. First, I'll ask this question. What is your biggest influence in your life right now?
My biggest influence? It's for like person or what you talking about?
We'll go person. Let's go person. Somebody that influenced you, whether family related, sports related, fashion related. Who influences you to not emulate them, but move the way you move?
Fashion-wise, you say? Or just?
Any of the three. Any of the three.
Move the way I move, but it's tough. I be thinking about that myself, honestly. But nah, for real, you feel me? I grew up in Brownsville. Well, I grew up in Brownsville, moved to Staten Island, grew up in Brownsville. But I was never a person who was like, I think where some people may call it a disadvantage, I call it an advantage. Like growing up in Brownsville. Then moving to New Brighton, that's a tough neighborhood in Staten Island. They're moving back to Brownsville because I feel like more so of having someone that's influential to you, I was able to be put in an environment where I could see a bunch of people who were not influential to me. So it's like, you can have someone that show you all the right things, but you never see the negative side of things. I was able to see the negative. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be doing that. All right, I see him making this mistake. I could change that. Oh, I saw he was supposed to get to college. He didn't. I could do that. I see he got 7 kids, no high school diploma, treating his wife like, I don't want to be doing any of that. So I think me, it's more so being able to see all the things that are not correct. I take that over having someone that's influential, just my personal thing, because that helps me be a man of many hats, being able to do a bunch of different things.
Got you. What do you think is your biggest accomplishment to this moment in your life?
To this moment of my life, providing for my family.
Being present.
Yeah. People take the littlest things for granted till you can't anymore. You feel me? So, but like, people shouldn't be pat on the back for being a good dad. People shouldn't be pat on the back for being a good husband. But people understand how hard it is to do it on a day-to-day basis with, like you're talking about, social media influence, with outside influences, with all this stuff. So being able to do the right thing all the time, yeah, that's a big accomplishment. Because like I said, like, whether it's my daughter, whether it's my kids, I have a lot of people that follow on what I do. You feel me? So I'm not looking for the chance to, like, I wouldn't say let anybody down, but I like to lead by example.
All right. Mm-hmm. What's one of your biggest mistakes where you learned a hard lesson from?
Big mistake that I learned a hard lesson from? I don't know. Because you got to learn from mistakes. You got to make mistakes. Mm-hmm. I feel like mistakes help you grow. Mistake. Because I don't be dwelling on nothing.
Okay, so speak to that, because I'm a guy, in high school I learned this.
All right, so you're talking about high school. All right, so high school I made it bad. I made it tough. All right, so talking about lightning. I remember coming out of high school and shit, and it's like my recruitment process is winding down, right? Mm-hmm. And she and dudes like, yo, go to South Florida. South Florida was terrible at the time. You feel me? They was terrible. I'm like, yo, they the bottom of the Big East? No way, I'm not going there. Like, Gino at St. John's, Lily going to Pitt. Like, I'm not about to be at the bottom, so I'll go to Oral Roberts. I'm like, Oral Roberts, they just went to the tournament the last 2 years. They usually at the top of the conference. And then I go there, and then Coach Williams leaves. He goes to Florida State. And at the time, it's not like now with the portal.
Where you could just go 1, 2, yeah.
Yeah, you had to sit. But even so, I'm talking to Coach Williams, like, yo, you out, we out. He's like, we don't recruit little guards, like, we don't play little guards in that league or whatever. Cat better buck with me. I'm like, yo, but you just on my visit, I was your man. Like, we just spent the year, and you told me you got me. I got to wear your championship rings from the Bulls. And he's like, yeah, it's a business. Whew. You feel me? But I say that to say this, even with that being a tough situation, I transferred and went into a school where I was able to kind of hold all the bargaining chips. And I told the coach, like, look, if I come here, you got to give my little brothers a scholarship. You feel me? I met my best friend there. You feel me? He's from Germany. He lives here now in the city. So that's what I'm saying. It's all about what you take from the mistakes and how do you apply, you feel me, the right things to it.
Wow. How would you, because every kid that picks up a basketball that at some point feels like they're nice, mm-hmm. they have NBA dreams. Mm-hmm. How powerful were your NBA dreams? And at the same time, as a follow-up, how much are you trying to teach kids now how far they can get with just playing basketball and not going to the NBA?
I ain't about to lie to you. I ain't even have no NBA dreams, bro.
Okay.
Because like, remember I told you I was playing football at first. Mm-hmm. Then I'm playing basketball. I'm like, I'm getting better. But the stuff, like I told you about my uncle, I didn't know. Like, I was just following them. You feel me? So they were way older than me, and I'm running the hills. Remember jump soles?
Yeah.
Back in the days, I got jump soles on the bike, bro. On the bike, you feel me? So if I'm in Staten Island, I'm riding from one part of Staten Island on my bike to here. If I'm out here, you gotta think about it. I'm riding from Brownsville to downtown Brooklyn to Canarsie. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a lot of miles on a bike, bro. And then I'm going to hoop. You feel me? So you gotta think about it. I'm only this high now. I'm 13, 14, dunking the basketball. Like Imagine if it was social media when we was coming up, like how it is now. Like they talk about viral moments, they don't know what a viral moment would have been.
Yeah, when everybody's there and
I just like as I kept progressing, everything started coming more to light. Like, oh, all right, you got to change that play. Because at this size, it's always what you can't do, not what you could do. So I'm like, I can't do what? All right, I'll do it. I can't do what? All right, I'll do it. So even like when I went to Jeff, and I'm like, they like, you can't. I'm like, can't do what? I mean, I was 27 and like 11 or something like that. You can look that up.
That's a fact.
You feel me? It was crazy because I ended up transferring to prep school. Warrenburg, we had a crew out there. We had a crew. It was like me, Delroy,
Yeah.
Kayvon.
Go ahead. Name off these guys that you played with.
At Laurinburg, it was like me, Del, Kayvon. Rest in peace, Keywan Smith. Keywan was crazy in high school, bro. Like that was one person. You could ask Happy Feet, you could ask Del, you could ask. That's one person we thought would have been. Like if his grades was in order, we thought he was going to the league straight from high school. Like we watched him. He went on tear, like probably like 5 or 6 games with like 50 straight, bro. And you got to remember, we got a national schedule. We're not playing no cakewalks. So he's doing this on like Mike Beasley and then he's doing it like, yo, bro, all the who's, like. So that's one.
All right. You just gave me another question. I'm sorry, but like, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Nah,
There's,
we here.
in terms of the, I would call it unsigned hypes, the guys that didn't make it or that should have made it, at least D1 ball, whatever you want to call it. Can you speak to some of the hidden talent that never gets to be seen because of either drugs, gang violence, grades? Can you just speak to that? Because New York City has a lot of these stories, and I don't think these stories get out.
Yeah, it's tough. That's everywhere, though. That's everywhere. To me, like when you asked me earlier, why you don't go to college? I think for me right now, at the high school level, I can navigate as much as I can with steering those kids in that right direction. Because every kid might not want to go to college. You feel me? But you could help them, push them along into somewhere else, to do something else. You feel me? But it's just like you just gotta put your head down and work, regardless of what it is. It's gonna be distractions, no matter what. So it's tough to try to get the kids because you may see a kid coming through with a BMW. I want a BMW. You may see the kid now with the Dior. I want the Dior. You feel me? So I think more so of you got to be able to interact with these kids. I feel like I'm a person that whether I know a kid for 3 years or I just meet a kid like in the school, it may be a kid I don't know, but a lot of times they come get me to talk to kids because how I talk to them. And they feel like I could get through to them right away or whatever. I'm someone that like, yo, I'm not changing the way I talk to them. You feel me? Because I'm talking to y'all like this and then I come sit down with a kid and I'm like, hey, Jaquan Wilson, why are you doing this? I'm like, no, that's not how I talk. I'm going to talk to you. Why are you violating the teacher? Why are you doing this and that? Because I'm being my authentic self with you. Like, you be your authentic self with me. I won't be one way with you that I'm not all the time. I don't want you to be one way with me that you're not all the time.
All right. So now this is the part of the interview we can go one or two ways. You can ask me a question or a couple questions, or you can give your message to the people. That's your camera right there, and you can look right into it, whichever you feel.
Both.
All right, go right ahead. Talk to me.
What question I got for you, Sway?
This is new to SRL, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't really done the guest ask me questions. We've done it a couple times, but I'm going to make this a staple now.
All right. So you asked me earlier, right? Who is someone I would like to see in SBL? Who is someone you would like to see in SBL, right? And what type of direction you would like to see? Because you kind of was following for a little bit. We ain't been out that long. It seemed like we've been out forever. We haven't been out that long, but who's someone you would like to see in SBL?
As in like in
whatever, the same way you asked me. And then, like, what direction? Like, if you were watching, like, I would like to see them start doing this a little more. I would like to see them start doing that a little more.
Okay, who would I like to see as somebody wearing SBL? Oh man, there's I want to see an athlete wearing SBL because just the other day I saw someone that went to my college, Solo. I don't know if you know about him and his brand. The brand is called Solo, but he had Kawhi Leonard wearing his shorts, and I thought that was so dope. SBL, Struck by Love, it has to be somebody with that aura. I'm not gonna lie, I would want to see Future in your fashion because of his persona and everything and whatever you guys want to call it, toxicity or not, whatever. But I feel like him and Struck by Love would be a nice collab. And then where I would want to see SBL go, I want to see, because I've seen you put together casual, I've seen you put together cozy. I kind of want to see almost like a suited and booted, like a real subtle, just a suit. If you open the jacket, you see it, or the pocket square got an SBL, you know what I'm saying? Something like that for the guys, because we getting older, we get more professional. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So maybe a little suited and booted.
We could do that. My pops be trying to get me to do that.
Trying to say I'm old right now?
Nah,
I'm getting old?
Nah, but he just be like, yo, I need it. Yo, what up with the suit? Or even some of the people in the building, like Hannah, remember we had uniform school. He's like, yo, when you coming out with? I'm like, yo, I'm make it happen. But I do got, see, like I got satin shirts. You was tapped in with the satin shirt a little bit. But I'm figure something.
And y'all got shoes already, so I can't say shoes.
We trying to be lifestyle brand. Yeah. And Kawhi, see, the thing with us, everything was organic. Like, we didn't do no paid promotion. None. Not $1. Because I feel like you could do that, but like are they really messing with you for what you putting out or for a business opportunity? So like all the NBA players, NFL players, anybody who came across the page, they came across the page. They reached out to me. You feel me? Because I feel like if I put $1 amount or reach out to someone, and usually money talks, you feel me? So they're gonna do it. But it's different when you coming across something and you like, oh yeah, that's fire. Then opposed to, yo, I got this, how much will it take to make it work? And then it's just like, it's transactional, you feel me? So even like, I remember, who was like the first NBA player? Hami, J. Will. Shout out J. Will, man. J. Will's kind of a mastermind when it comes to like a lot of promotion. He do some crazy stuff with just the iPhone, bro.
Yo.
J. Will do some crazy stuff with just the iPhone, bro.
For the Kill TV,
J. Will, he wanted a fit I had. Like, it's crazy, Sway. I feel like a lot of time I be ahead of time with stuff, and then people don't catch on. Then I be on to the next, and then, so this was like, probably like 2020, 2019 when I first started. I was making stacked pants. No cap. I had the Spider-Man stacked pants with the two.
You're going to have to send me the picture so we could, I know you got a picture of that.
So we can put it in the pod. I'm going to show you. It had detachable, what did it, like suspenders. It's like, it looked like suspenders, but it's not. But it's like a patch. It's like clips that go from the pants leg up, and it's like an X in the back. So whether you want to put it up there or you don't, or you want to leave them hanging, either way. And I had him, J. Will, like, yo, I need those. And he's like, yo, I'm about to do, yo, okay. J. Will, someone who he going to support. You feel me? So he's like, yo, I'm about to do crazy, take a picture right now. I had the hoodie to match, spider web, bunch of spiders on it. It was spiders all over the jeans. So the straps played into it like two big giant spider legs or whatever. He took the picture up, posted it, boom. Hami Diallo DM me, yo, this is crazy. How much I need that? So just you feel me? To me, that's what. Then Hami posted something. He bought some stuff. I sent him extra stuff. Trey Berg hit me. Yo, this is crazy. Hami had the sweatsuit on or whatever. I need that. Trey Berg going to the airport with the game on. Trey Berg put the sweatsuit on. Tim Hardaway Jr. I need that. And then, so that's why, like organically, you feel me? So I'm up to like 9K right now without buying any followers. I haven't even reached out to even like some of the people I know who influential, like, yo, promo. I'm like, nah, I'm going to try to grow how I grow up. Because at least I know from the ground up it's organic. After organic, it's going to. But now I do got to tap into that's just the way it's going. The social media influencers, TikTok, and all that. I gotta get into.
But
that
now you're thinking of authenticity is something I live by. So you don't ever want to just buy things or buy your way into different rooms. You want that to be like, nah, I saw this. Let's reach out to this guy.
Because when they not doing it no more, then you ain't gonna do it. That I feel like the same way how you see like little baby, like, nah, we not wearing a Mary no more. So you're not wearing a Mary because he say you're not wearing a Mary. So that mean you was buying a Mary only because he had a Mary on, not because you came across a pair of Marys and were like, yo, these is tough. So I want them to come across. You're not changing my mind about no SBL, bro. What? I don't care. You feel me? And New York is tough. It's tough. Like, to me, this fashion capital. So you know how it could be. Something could get oversaturated and people are like, yeah, I'm moving on for that. Too much people doing it. So that's why for me, I don't make 500 of this and restock this. Once it's gone, it's gone. So some people got pieces and like, yo, I saw him with this. When did you come out with that? You missed it. So that's why I feel like, but the way I do things, it forces people to tap in. It forces people to be locked in. Like, you got to make a tough decision. You're going to pay your phone bill or you're going to cop this hoodie because it's not coming back out, bro. No, we're not restocking.
Pay that phone bill
or cop this hoodie. No, I'm not. We're not holding it. None of that. Maybe I could work out something. I know they got Klarma now. I got to set up the site.
Little 4-payment vibe.
Something, but nah. And I feel like once the power's in my hand or the brand's hand, things would be in a good position.
You got any more questions for me, KK? Talk to me. I'm here if you need me.
I don't know, man. I'm a person that just watch.
I just watch,
man.
Well, hopefully.
All right, so I'll ask you this, right?
We got some.
Ask you a question about the clothes. I'm gonna ask you something about coaching. You got to watch any other teams this year? Who are 4 teams you think
In PSAL?
that will probably get back there, and the 2 teams you think be in the chip this year?
What you call it? So the 2 teams that were in the chip recently that just happened last school year was you guys and Jeff. I haven't been to Jeff to see what they've gotten since things have been in flux portal-wise over there as well. But from what I've heard, Connor is back. I don't know. I heard Connor is back after. Yeah. So I would believe they'll still be there, but I don't know if they can get to the chip game like they did. I hold you guys in high regard because from what I saw from the practice, it seems like the guys that came back are making sure the new guys are like, yo, don't because you came here, they ain't shit sweet. And I kind of saw that with your, so-called best player in terms of whatever you want to call it. And I forgot his name.
On our team?
Yes. There was a little bit of, not banter, but there was just like a back and forth between Jakai and somebody else.
Johnny.
He was there from last year.
Johnny.
Yeah, and I like that kind of stuff.
I love Johnny.
I love that kind of stuff. It's just because you're here and you're highly touted doesn't mean like everything's going to be handed to you. You got
Johnny's one of those guys who probably not as talented as Trey and Eric.
But he worked. I could see
just as hard.
He worked.
And it's tough because if you see him, you will kind of feel like it's an arrogance to him. Even coaching him sometimes, you feel like, yo, this kid. But then you leave and like it been times I forgot something at the school and it's 7 at night and I'm like, I could call it Johnny. He's still in the gym. Like, so it's tough to try to tell certain guys not to take certain shots or do certain things if they're working on that every single day, constantly.
But besides you guys, I'm looking at South Shore. I haven't seen what their squads look like yet. So some of these PSAL squads, I haven't seen them. I haven't seen what is going on. But definitely looking at you guys again, just because of the rotation of guys. And then just looking at that practice, I was like, okay, this can be something definitely to be looked at. But yeah, you guys in South Shore is what I'm looking at right now. I'm not going to sit here and give off another name because I have not been there. So I'm not going to act like I know. But those are the 2 teams I've definitely been looking at. Yeah, talk to me. You got any more? Come on. You can get personal. You can get whatever personal I do. Question? Talk to me.
I don't know what type of personal question. You asked me a personal question. You know what I'm saying? You asked me.
Oh, I'll ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
All right. So last personal question I got for you. If you, God forbid, were to leave this earth tomorrow, next few hours, whatever it is, God forbid, are you content with life?
Yeah. Somewhat. Because I feel like the person I am Like, I don't think no one could tell a bad story about me, bro. Every single person that came across me could be like, yo, he put his best foot forward to help me or put me in some type of position to better myself. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Kid, parent, family, whatever. I give clothes off my back for any, like, if I'm talking to you and we have a conversation or something, yeah, I'll do whatever I can to help you. Even if it's sometimes setting me back 2-3 steps. 'Cause that's just how I am. Because I feel like me, I'm raised to keep going to get it. So yeah, I gotta take 2-3 steps back. Maybe you're not built to take 2-3 steps back. So I'll give you this, I gotta work back up, but I know I could work back up to where I need to get to.
All right. So this is where do you have anything else to say to the camera? Your own message, anything?
Nah, just pay attention to StruckByLove, man. Eagle Academy.
Pay attention to StruckByLove,
everything.
Man. Yeah.
Taking over. I'm trying to take over. Feel me? I'm trying to be one of those Kanye, Donald Trump, Mark Zuckerberg type people.
All right. Yes, sir. And this is your journey, and only you know where you can go. SwayReportingLive One-on-One Sit-Downs. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. SBL, X, SRL, whatever you want to call this episode. I believe this was a great one. Hope you learned a lot. Tuning out next time. I'm going to holler at you guys.